Philippines, Integrated Philippine Association of Optometrists, Citizen Watch Philippines, and the Philippine Alliance for Patient Organizations. As PhilHealth in 2025 will be equally focused on transformative organizational reforms as in benefits development. The corporation intends to advance the systems in two critical areas this year. First, we are prioritizing the implementation of a robust IT infrastructure to streamline claims processing, improve data security, and enhance service delivery. Partnerships with key stakeholders, including private sector innovators, will be critical to achieving this goal. Second, efforts are underway to overhaul our claims processing systems, reducing turnaround times even more, and ensuring timely payments to healthcare providers. Distinguished members of the House, our progress thus far, operating as we have under the scrutiny and close supervision of both chambers of Congress, is really a testament to how well the check and balance mechanisms of our government work together. PhilHealth has been made better by the feedback presented by the legislature, and we hope to continue to count on our representatives in Congress to work closely with us until we fully achieve universal health coverage. Legislative support is critical if we hope to expand the National Health Insurance Program to truly universal coverage. In this regard, PhilHealth respectfully submits to the guidance of the committee members on certain matters requiring legislative revision. To fully achieve universal health coverage, we must act in unity and with determination. Only with the whole of government approach can we build a health system that is truly equitable and resilient. A strong partnership between Congress and PhilHealth will make a good foundation to support our National Health Insurance Program. The path forward will no doubt be laid with many challenges, but I'm confident that collective will and commitment will overcome them. This way, we ensure that all branches of government are dedicated to building access to a quality national health insurance systems. Thank you very much, Your Honors. I and my team at PhilHealth look forward to your questions and insights on how PhilHealth will move forward this year. Maraming salamat po. Good morning.
Thank you very much, President of PhilHealth, Mandy Ledesma. We now recognize from the Department of Health, Assistant Secretary Dr. Albert Domingo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair and the Honorable Committee on Health. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. The DOH supports this update by the PhilHealth. In fact, yesterday, we were in a meeting with His Excellency the President where he also asked for the same updates and gave the instructions for the DOH to ensure that PhilHealth will not renege on its delivery of services. As we are very sure, patunay po namin na sinasabi lagi sa ating kababayan, pumasok noon taon, tayo ay nasa 15 na ng Enero 2025 at nakikita natin na wala pong mamamayang Pilipino ang napagkaitan ng benepisyo ng PhilHealth. Patuloy pa rin po ang pagbayad ng PhilHealth ng mga benepisyo nito at sa ating anunsyo nga po ng korporasyon ay tataas pa ang mga benepisyo. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Domingo. From the Philippine Medical Association, Attorney Bucaso. Dr. Attorney Bucaso.
Morning, Mr. Chair, the honorable members of the committee. We are totally praised of the development in raising the PhilHealth benefit packages. In fact, we have been asking for this since 2013. The first package rate that came out, and we thank the PhilHealth, its leadership, for this is the first time that they have done a beneficial increase, benefiting the healthcare professionals, and of course with the Philippine Hospital Association, with Dr. Jose P. Santiago Jr. And we hope that there will be further development towards, for example, inputting, for example, the WTW survey, the global medical trend survey that there is a 18.7 increase in the healthcare cost this coming 2025. So I hope that these things will be inputted also. And given that the dollar exchange, which seems to be changes every now and then. So we remain in support of the move by the PhilHealth, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Dr. Castro. Before we proceed, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of our committee member and as acting chair of the Committee on Appropriations, Honorable Stella Kimbo of the 2nd District, Marikina City. From the Philippine Hospital Association, we now recognize Dr. Jose Santiago Jr.
Morning, Mr. Chair, committee members, Congressman Wilbert Lee and Congressman Mangawan, Congressman Peter Miguel, my colleague also. Isang maningning na umaga po sa inyo lahat. Philippine Hospital Association wishes happy and prosperous New Year to the Honorable Chair and of course the Committee on Health and staff. Thank you for inviting us for this timely and relevant committee meeting. PHA is all praises to its move by PhilHealth increasing the healthcare benefits packages which has been prayed for by healthcare institutions and healthcare professionals and healthcare providers since 2013, as mentioned by Dr. Bu. PHA would like to thank the present leadership of PhilHealth in making this happen. It truly makes this new year a happy one for all hospitals. And really, truly a jubilee year for 2025 for all hospitals. More importantly, this move by PhilHealth intends to lower the out-of-pocket expense of patients which are admitted for their illnesses. The question is, however, how much will benefit package actually lower out-of-pocket expenses, considering the estimated 18% increase in the cost of healthcare in the Philippines by year 2025. This increase in healthcare costs in the Philippines is a result of a study by Willis Towers Watson in their Global Medical Trend Survey. You can see in the table here that Philippines in 2023 was 17.9%, increasing healthcare benefit in costs increases in 2025, 24 and by 19.3%, by 25 projected 18.3%, Mr. Chair. Moreover, the current inflation rate is 2.9%, which PHA believes is to be factored in vis-a-vis increase in acquisition of hospital supplies, cost of transport, utilities. PHA will be happy to join collaboration with other healthcare providers to come up with relevant data, to come up with a figure how much cost of healthcare in our part as the hospital communities. And of course, I'd like to really celebrate the important advancement, including the elimination of co-payments for case rate and increase of selected case rates by 50%, among other positive changes. This improvement significantly elevates the financial burden of the patients, making healthcare more accessible, improving healthcare outcomes. And this really must continue to collaborate and work towards a system that addresses factors hindering claims filing and efficient processing by PhilHealth, ensure safe and efficient reimbursement, so as to leave no room for complaints for our hospital members. To continue to build a healthier and more trusted, resilient nation that smiles to inspire us all working hand in hand, safeguarding the health and well-being of our people. I also want to acknowledge President Bongbong Marcos for this vital leadership in advancing healthcare initiatives for the nation. This reflects the commitment of the President in the healthcare and welfare of our citizens. Moving forward, the Philippine Hospital Association continue to play the role of being voice of the 2,000 members, private and government hospitals, supporting and working hand in hand with PhilHealth team to ensure real improvements are enjoyed by people in healthcare facilities. Together, we shall assure the operations of our commitment to well-being can make universal healthcare not just a vision but living reality for every Filipino. Together with those with this blessing, and we will overcome challenges and strengthen our healthcare system for everyone. Mabuhay ang PhilHealth, mabuhay po ang PHA, mabuhay po tayong lahat. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Santiago. About the Department of Budget and Management, Assistant Director Lulu Bispo.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and to the honorable members. First first and foremost, the budget which is intended for the PhilHealth as national subsidy was reduced to zero from 74.4 billion under the National Expenditure Program. And we interposed objection to the increase in benefits packages. However, while the PhilHealth can tap its corporate funds, including the reserve funds, to pay the increases in the benefit expenses. However, it should be carefully managed to ensure the long-term viability of the health insurance program. So, as of October 2024, per coordination with the PhilHealth, the surplus after reserve funds is 150 billion and estimated premium collection is 203 billion. Therefore, the PhilHealth can use a total amount of 353 billion as a source of revenue for its benefit expenses. So aside from the reserve fund, based on our records, PhilHealth may also use the unfunded allotment in the amount of 80 billion. And it is for 2023 and 2024 unfunded allotment. And also, PhilHealth has unreleased appropriation of 21 billion, which may be tapped to pay the benefit claim. So they just have to request to us, to our department for the release of funds. That's all, sir.
Thank you, Director Bispo. From the Department of Finance, Director Robert Dominic Mariano.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning to the members of the committee. On behalf of our principals who sense their regrets that they cannot attend the meeting today, and as members of the board of the PhilHealth, we of course stand with the Department of Health in welcoming this development, cognizant that of course investments in human capital and of course the health of our population is crucial in our drive towards development, to which the department of course is fully committed, funding the various plans and programs of the national government, not only pertaining to health but also for growth and economic development. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Point. We would now proceed with the interpellation from the members. First on the list is Honorable Gilbert Lee.
Morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, fellow colleagues. Good morning to our PhilHealth family and DOH. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Una sa lahat, Mr. Chair, ako po ay maniningil muna po, no? Gusto ko lang po munang balikan yung commitment letter na napirmahan po ng DOH Secretary at ng PhilHealth President po nung nakaraang budget deliberation noong September 2024, no? Gusto ko lang pong tanungin yung ilan po sa mga ito, no? Unahin ko po itong number 1 commitment na sa DOH. Ito pong submit a detailed and comprehensive plan with definite timeline on how to lower the out-of-pocket expenses of Filipinos on their hospitalization costs and health services not later than October 31, 2024. As of today, Mr. Chair, wala po, no, na natatanggap ang representasyong ito ng komprehensibong plano po na ito, at alam ko dito po sa ating komitiba wala rin pong natatanggap, no? Wala pong magiging epektibong universal healthcare kung wala pong komprehensibong plano dito, no? October 31 po ang commitment nito. Ibig ba po sabihin nito walang plano ang DOH? Kaya nga po pinatawag ng ating presidente ang DOH kahapon dahil kayo po dapat ang on top dito. Gusto ko pong malaman sa DOH, ano na po ang status po nito?
Dr. Domingo from the DOH.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat po. The Department of Health has already submitted last September 25, 2024 to the chairperson of the Committee on Appropriations the commitments, the response to the challenges on how to achieve zero or no balance billing for health services, which also includes the comprehensive plan to lower out-of-pocket costs. This includes also notes on accelerating the benefit delivery process of the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation and also notes on the Cancer Assistance Fund, on the Health Facilities Enhancement Program details, and other requirements required by the Committee on Appropriations. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I want to spread that into the record, Mr. Chair, no? Yung submission na yan, and maybe they can also provide the Committee on Health with the copy of the plan.
Dr. Domingo, can please submit the same comprehensive plan to the to this committee.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. We will comply with the Committee on Health.
I'm going to number 2, Mr. Chair, and I would want to read comprehensive report on medicine and vaccines, including latest statement of allotment, obligation, and disbursement, and ensure the availability of drugs and medicines in the DOH retained and specialty hospitals starting the fourth quarter of 2024. Establish monitoring system to ensure compliance and provide quarterly report to the House of Representatives, Committee on Health, and Committee on Appropriations. Napakarami po nating kababayan ang nakakaranas nito, Mr. Chair. Wala laging gamot sa mga hospitals. No? Magkano po ang budget na inallocate po ngayong taon para sa mga gamot? 44.7 billion. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali. No? Gusto ko rin malaman, no, Mr. Chair, na meron bang na-submit ng report na ito ang DOH?
Before Dr. Domingo will reply, I would like to acknowledge the presence of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Thank you very much. Dr. Domingo, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ang mga detalye po na hiningi tungkol sa mga bakuna at iba pang gamot ay siya rin pong naibigay sa Committee on Appropriations as part of the budget deliberation process, and we will be happy to furnish the Committee on Health with a copy of this. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Medical equipment for public hospitals under the Health Facilities Enhancement